Military Romance, Into the Crossfire, written by Kathleen Hope, narrated by Theresa Stevens. Table of Contents. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, Chapter 5, Chapter 6, Chapter 7, Chapter 8, Chapter 9, Chapter 10, Chapter 11, Chapter 12, Chapter 13, Chapter 14, Chapter 15, Chapter 16, Chapter 17. Chapter 1. The whir of the helicopter drowned out every other noise around Caleb, even his own thoughts. It was a welcome respite. An intricate web of tactical planning had filled the recesses of his mind for the past 24 hours. But it was time. No more planning. It was another routine operation. Go in, grab the bad guys, and get out. He knew each move he was about to make, and every single step the 7 men sitting next to him would take. He was sure of it. It was his job. He was responsible for the safety and well-being of every man in his squad, and simultaneously for the successes of the mission at hand.
5 minutes, Lieutenant.
The man seated in the pilot seat hollered back to him, breaking up the monotonous whir. Every man around him straightened his spine and their muscles grew taut. It wasn't fear that had them at the ready. It was anticipation. The same anticipation that surged through his veins. In 4 minutes and 39 seconds, they'd be on the ground. In 15 minutes and 9 seconds, they'd be in position, 1.5 miles away from the landing zone. Within 30 minutes, their task would be complete, suspects apprehended, intel gathered, and buildings secured. The 2,000 kilograms of cocaine housed in the building wasn't his problem. Only the men selling it and their list of buyers.
Just get those bastards, Caleb,
his SO had told him.
We'll clean up their mess later.
In other words, another team would be deployed to round up the drugs once the area was secured. And that was fine by him. He never could stand the lowlives who made their fortunes poisoning as much of the globe as they could with their drugs. He'd gladly rid the world of every one of them. Though he'd found in his years of experience that for every cartel a team like his took down, 2 arose to take its place. A futile battle sometimes, but one that had to be waged. On the ground the team moved together like a well-oiled machine, their footsteps barely more than a whisper through the overgrown grass. It was a long hike to the target, but nothing any of them couldn't manage with ease 7 days a week. And twice on Sunday. And being on the move was better than sitting in the helicopter waiting, or in the briefing room planning. It was productive. They were actively moving closer to their goal every second. He spotted the building up ahead.
Keep your eyes open and wait for my signal. If you see a problem, you know what to do.
And the squad broke apart on his command, moving into position as they approached Nuevo Refugio, the unassuming building that housed the 2,000 kilograms of cocaine, a small arsenal of weapons, and at least 20 armed men and women. The occasional child had been spotted coming and going from the building, but there had been no predictable pattern to their routine, so it was up to his team to make sure no children present were harmed. Caleb moved into position amid the brush about 30 feet from the building's front left corner. From his vantage point, he could see the front entrance clearly, but he could also keep watch for trouble rounding the corner. His second-in-command, Adam Mitchell, signaled he was in position at the front right corner. It was a more exposed position than any of the others, and he didn't often leave it to another man in the squad to take the most vulnerable position. But satellite images had shown the majority of foot traffic came from the makeshift parking lot at the left of the building. It would be the area most likely to run into unexpected resistance. He surveyed his surroundings as we waited for the signal from the rest of the squad. But all of a sudden, he heard footsteps. None of the men in his squad.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?